Okay, very cool. Very cool. Western is going to bring in Alexis Brewer. Okay. That's all I got. That's all I gave me was one. Yeah. 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 I don't pressure him too much unless it's a game situation that we need somebody. Let me know when you guys are good. We've got most everybody here. I know we got a few folks who'll probably wander in.
I'm good, Chris.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. All right. Yep. Coach, test one, test one. Player one, test one.
Thanks, Chris.
And player two, test two. Okay, we have Rice, who won 64-57 to advance to tomorrow's conference championship game against the winner of the upcoming UAB Middle Tennessee game at 4:30 tomorrow. We have head coach Tina Langley and student athletes Erica Ogumake and Sydney Wiggins, and we'll begin with a opening statement from Coach.
Just proud of our fight today. You know, we know in tournament time, you know, this is a battle, and it's going to be the team that can, you know, continue to keep their head about them and execute in really tough moments. And so I'm really proud of the toughness, both mental and physical, that our team showed today.
Questions for our student athletes?
Erica, when they had the run, it didn't look like you panicked. What was the feeling among you and your teammates?
I mean, I think I know basketball is just a game of runs, so I definitely tried to calm down our team, but I think everyone on our team kind of knows that too. So we're all pretty calm, I think because we're confident in our offense and our defense. So we just knew we had to get past that run and get stops and then also just execute on offense.
In the back.
Erica, and I'm drawing a blank on who hit it. The three at the end of the third quarter from the corner.
It was Sydney.
Okay. Well, then that'll be the fault. It seemed to really lift your entire team. Was that the case, Erica?
Oh, yeah, of course. I think we were fighting during the game to get the looks that we normally do. And it took us a while to start meshing like that. But I think that kick was really awesome because people don't know, but we practice that all the time. We practice all the reads, so I think it was really neat to see our practice come onto the play at a very pivotal moment.
Did you feel like it lifted your teammates, Sydney?
Yeah, for sure. It lifted myself, lifted everybody else, especially going into the fourth quarter. We kind of made a run at the end of the third, so I think it kind of continued on into the fourth.
Sydney, what's your mindset going to the next game, to the finals, just coming off of this comeback win?
We just have to continue how we ended the game, really. We have to start fighting and giving the punch, not really taking it, and we just got to continue to do what we've been doing.
All right, we'll let our student athletes get back to the locker room, and we will continue with questions for Coach.
Yes, sir.
First of all, Coach Langley, congratulations on getting to the championship game. I'll preface that I cover Western Kentucky. but knowing that they've won the last two tournaments and knowing what you did to them in the regular season game, you're not surprised at the way they played in this game, were you?
Not at all. Western Kentucky is a tremendous team and really well coached, and I thought they played a great game today. And that's probably, another reason I'm just really proud of the way our team fought. That's a team that's been in this tournament and won this tournament many years in a row. And so, we're very respectful of who they are and where they've been, and thought it was a great game today.
Coach, what was going through your mind when they made that run of threes in the first half?
Honestly, I just think about the next play, very much like we talked about to our team, the next game, the next play. You've got to move forward and say, what is the next thing that we need to do? And so I thought we need to make a few changes defensively in how we were guarding their ball screens, and I didn't like the pace at what we were playing on the offensive end of the floor, so our focus was that.
Number one for them, Aram Yang, hasn't really been a huge factor, but then tonight she just shows up and starts hitting a lot of threes. Just how much did that really change, or did you at all sort of take an account for what she could do in this game when you were scouting Western? Yeah,
you do have to, in scouting, you have to pick what you're going to take away and what you're going to give them, and so we did, and they took advantage of some of the things we gave them early, and her three-point shot was one of those things. So we did say we would contest it. We didn't do as good a job, but we were going to be a little late given some of the defensive schemes we wanted to run, so we made an adjustment on that, obviously, as she got hot, and she's a great player, so I knew that could happen.
Tina, I'm sorry, Chris. Please. Tina, you got a heck of a team, a lot of respect for you. I only have gotten to see you play twice in person. You get to see him daily. What makes your team special, do you think?
I think who they are as people. I'm not overstating that. The character of our kids is so tremendous. They spent this last week. I've never seen a team prepare the way they've prepared, from extra shooting to getting into watching film when you don't know who your opponent's going to be, and still preparing their mind as well as their body. And so I think they're a very selfless group of people. Our core values, the first core value that we talk about all the time, is unity, and I think you really see that when our team is together off the floor as well as on the floor.
Thank you, Coach. Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
We have WKU head coach Greg Collins and student athlete Alexis Brewer, and we will begin with an opening statement from Coach.
Let me take that throat lozenge out of there. I got the Texas crud. I can't get my sinuses clear. I told our players I was really proud of their effort, their competitiveness. I thought that they executed the game plan about as well as we could have executed it. And going in halftime with a lead, we felt like we were obviously in a good spot. But the two things that we cautioned our team about was, one, they're going to come inside to Mulkey, and that was one thing they did. And the next thing, when it gets tight, Agumake is Player of the Year, and she's going to take over, and that's exactly what she did. She got to the free throw line, she made some big shots, and then credit to number 10 and 2. They made some threes, and that wasn't not that they can't make threes, but we felt like in this moment we were going to try to see if they could make that shot in this pressure situation, and credit to them. You know, that's why they're undefeated in the conference. They're a good ball club, well coached, very disciplined. I was really proud of our kids' effort, the physicalness. We did a great job on the boards through about 3.5 quarters. But I felt like we just missed some layups down the stretch there that might have had a chance to cut this lead into a little bit closer and give us a shot at the end. But overall, really proud of how this team has grown and come together down the end of the season here, and we'll get another shot at it next year.
Questions for our student athlete?
Alexis, it seemed like after Raneem picked up her second foul or there early in the first quarter, you and Aram obviously really stepped up. How important was it for you guys to kind of take her place in the offense?
I think Aram really stepped up big for us tonight, coming out and hitting those threes. She really played hard tonight, and also offensively and defensively. So I give her credit to Aram mostly for that.
Alexis, first of all, thanks for coming into these circumstances. I know you play to win. You want to win every game. But if your season is going to end, can you say that tonight, no regrets, you left it out on the court?
For sure. I think as a team, we all left it out on the court. So if this is our last game, I think we all are happy with our season. We've grown as a team, and we'll be ready next year.
Remember the last game against Rice, it was a very poor start, and then tonight it just felt like you all were able to really get out and run the floor with it. What was the biggest difference of styles that you had, and just what was it that kept you in the game outside of maybe that run?
I was sick the last Rice game, so I wasn't even there. But I think we brought a lot more effort to this game than we did the last.
Alexis, I thought a big shot was their three that they hit at the end of the third quarter. Not that it deflated you guys, but I thought it really gave them a real boost of energy. Did you feel that maybe swung the game a bit in their favor?
I agree. I think the momentum was in our hands until they hit that three, and I think that really swung the momentum to them. We weren't out of the game, and we still played hard, but it was like a dagger at that point.
All right, we'll let Alexis get back to the locker room, and we will continue with questions for Coach.
Coach, what was Rice doing that made it so difficult for you all to hit three-pointers in the second half?
Well, they closed out a little bit closer. They didn't guard Aram as closely in the first half. I mean, Dee Givens is a great three-point shooter. I think at least 2 or 3 of those were pretty clean looks. She just missed them. So, you know, I feel like they just got a little closer to our three-point shooters than they were in the first half. But I don't think that was any secret that you got to guard Alexis Brewer and you got to guard Dee Givens. Aram's a really good three-point shooter as well, so it wasn't a surprise to us that she was taking and making those shots. Just felt like that maybe we just needed – there were some times that we rushed on some three-point shots. Probably we need to move the ball a little bit more.
Greg, probably just watching it, it just looked like your team played without fear. I mean, they played without fear. Do you agree, and if so, how much do you really appreciate the way they played without fear?
Well, I feel like the last 5 good ball games, we've played really hard together. And that's really the growth of this team is they're not relying on their individual skill as much as relying on their teammates and working hard together. Today, really, we were kind of in a spot where nobody really expects us to beat Rice. You know, they're undefeated and they're ranked, and Player of the Year and Defensive Player of the Year. And so we were kind of just playing hard and playing free. And I told them just to have fun tonight. And they were playing that way. They were playing hard and playing fun. But I also think there was a high level of confidence. I think that they felt like we didn't give a good showing at all. at home when we played Rice, and I felt like that they felt confident in our abilities to be able to compete and possibly be in a spot to win a ball game with a team of this caliber. So I was proud of how they played.
Coach, last time you played Rice, it was a 22-point win for them. What steps do you think you guys had to take from then to now to play them so closely?
Well, the last time we forced 17 or 18 turnovers, but we didn't turn any of those into points. And so this time we made shots, and that was simply the difference. I felt like last time we disrupted a little bit what they wanted to do offensively. We did that again tonight, but then we just did make some shots in the second half that we needed to make. And then Agumake, that's why she's Player of the Year. I mean, she just took over the game. It wasn't a surprise. And she got to the free throw line. She was 8 for 8 from the free throw line. Made a big 3 there down the stretch when she kind of backed D off of a ball screen a little bit. So that's why she's as good as she is. That's why she's Player of the Year.
Greg, whether this is the end of your season officially or not, how much are you looking forward to the future, especially with every player that played tonight for you will be back next season?
Yes, and I told them in the locker room that we would have another shot, another day. Felt like that they competed hard today. It's exciting about the future and where this program is. It still is. Like we've been successful in the past. It's not like we're new to this situation. But as all growth happens, it takes sometimes some ups and downs. And so I think what our players can take from this is the things that we'll have to work on in the off season to be able to come back and compete and beat a team of the caliber of Rice. So it's exciting about the kid. We got great kids. This is the first taste that some of them have had being in this situation. So it'll be good for them going into the off season.
Greg, I just had one more. When I was asking Alexis about that three-pointer to end the third quarter, I think I saw you nodding your head.
Yeah.
You agreed with what Alexis
It was a
thought.
big shot. It was a big shot. And we were doing some things defensively, and like I said, we kind of rolling the dice a little bit. We were going to make sure that Agumake didn't go off on us, and so we were rolling the dice, and she made a big shot in the corner. And it was. And it kind of, I was trying to get our kids back into it, but they could tell that the lead had slipped away. And we were still there, but that was a big momentum shifter.
Thank you, Coach.
Thanks.
Thanks, Coach.